Hello, this is Mrs. Kays, and today I'm going to show you the steps for building your research paper. Okay, the topics that I'm going to cover are listed here. We're going to find an MLA template for Google Docs. Um, we're going to talk about Alexandria, Purdue OWL, Britannica, and Gale databases. Okay, so I'm going to begin by opening a tab. And if you go to Google, okay, you want to find a MLA Google Docs template that will have all the formatting done for you in advance. So the way you do that, MLA format template. And if you notice Google Docs, we want it for Google Docs. All right, click there. Okay, so this template is already set up with the correct parameters, correct standards. For instance, the margins are 1 inch, etc. Okay. If you try to click on this doc, you will not be able to edit it. So go to File, make a copy, make a copy. Okay. All right, so now you can edit this the way you want. If your teacher is requiring you to have a title page, okay, you want to insert a page at the beginning, you're going to hit Control Enter, and that will add a page. Okay, so you can see that this is page 1 and page 2. I've moved everything down. Okay, the page number is in the header. So you need to double click that in order to change it. So you double click where it says last name. Okay. Type your name there. Okay. And then click down below it. All right. Whatever you need on your title page, go ahead and put that there the way your teacher would like. Now you can move to the second page, double click everything that you need to change, okay, and make your own. If you scroll to the end, this is where your works cited will be, okay. All right, so the next topic that we're going to cover is how to find a book, okay. So I want you to go to Academics, click on Library. Okay. You're going to scroll halfway down the page, and then you have our 3 databases here. Okay. Alexandria is it's the database that houses all of the books in our library. Okay. Britannica is an encyclopedia. Gale has encyclopedias and periodicals, so magazines, videos, etc. So I'm going to start with Alexandria. I'm going to open that in a new tab. So a lot of teachers require you to have a book source. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on search. Okay. Smart search. So let's say, for example, that you are doing a project on John Winthrop. Okay. Be careful how you spell it. Okay. If you look here, okay, we have these books that are available, okay. The green light means that it is in our library. If it's red, it means it's been checked out, okay. If you look here, this is a nonfiction book, so you have a call number, okay. The nonfiction books are located in the short shelves. This is a reference item. It cannot be checked out. So if you look on the short shelves to the left, it's clearly marked reference, and they are all in number order. Okay. this is only one book. So I'm going to try to broaden my search a little bit. So I know John Winthrop was alive, during the colonial period. So I'm going to type colonial America, okay? Because I want to know if there's maybe a book about that time frame that perhaps will mention John Winthrop, okay? So if you look, like this first one, Colonial America is a book that we have. Um, and look at the years that it covers, 1600 to 1775. So I'm going to go find that book in the stacks on the shelves, and see in the index or in the table of contents if they mention John Winthrop. Okay, so you may need to broaden your search in this case, or you may need to be a little more specific. So if you put something that is, if you're given a topic that's very broad and you have a ton of options, you may need to be a little more specific. Okay. And you can scroll through there. All right. Just a word to the wise. If you have something that's fiction, F, okay, this is not really appropriate for research. Okay, because fiction is fictitious, it's made up. Okay. If you come to a 92 as the call number, that's going to be a biography. It's going to be located behind the computer screen. Okay. So hopefully you can find a book that is suitable for your needs. Okay. Once you find a book and you look at it and you think to yourself, okay, this is something that I can use. All right. You're going to need to cite it. So you can go to any kind of citation generator if you want to do a Google search for that, or you can go to Purdue OWL citation generator. And you want MLA, right? So click here. Okay, so you found your book. Now I'm going to go to book. Okay, and I usually like to put the ISBN. The ISBN will be located on the back of the title page. Okay, you need to put the dashes. Okay, if it has it will have dashes in it. Okay, all right, so let's pretend that we're doing another project. Okay, and now we're trying to cite a book. I think this is going to be an encyclopedia. Okay, that's another tip. If you look up your topic and you don't find a book, you can always begin with the encyclopedia. So the encyclopedias, if you look on the spine, there are the letters. You look it up by your person's last name or or your topic. Okay. So I'm going to use this World Book Encyclopedia 2007. Okay. And hit continue. Okay. This part can be a little tricky, and I know people that will easily lose points in college for this on their papers. Okay. You are not going to use an entire book for this class. Okay. For any of your classes here, when you do research papers, you're going to use sections, you're going to use chapters. Okay. So if you look here, I'm going to pick chapter and section. I'm going to scroll. Now, this is going to be a lot. You're going to have a lot of ads because this is a free website and that's the way they're making their money. Okay. So I'm going to click there. All right. If you're using an encyclopedia, you put the term that you used when you looked it up. Okay. So let's say you did something on Spain, you would do Spain. Okay. You look at the end And there is a section author. You're going to put the section author in. Um, you you keep going. So if you notice here, the way citations work, you want to put in as much information as you can. However, the places that are in yellow are imperative. If you do not have a section author, you may have an editor, okay, or a translator or compiler or something like that, okay? So, but you need to really get someone's name here, okay? Possible. If you're using an encyclopedia, you will have a volume number that will be on the title page, or it'll be located on the spine. Okay. Also edition, a lot of times with World Book, it's a year. Okay. The publisher, for encyclopedias, for World Book, it's World Book Inc. It's published in Chicago. Okay. I would get all of this information from the, excuse me, I would get all this information from the title page, and the actual section, let's say in this case, Spain. Okay. All right. This is the other part, you got to be careful about. Okay. So when you look up something in the encyclopedia, go ahead and put a bookmark there because you're going to need the page numbers. Okay. And you're looking in the front, you're looking at the spine of the book. You don't want to have to keep looking up, finding your section. So let's say Spain, it starts on page 100 and ends on 155. Okay. All right. So once you have that, hit complete citation. Okay, this is very common. This is a free website. You can either pay $9.95. Don't do that. Go ahead and click on view the sponsored message. Okay, and it will play an ad. I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, my 30-second video has already played, and now I have my citation. Okay, yours is going to have more information than this because I was just doing this on the fly. So copy citation. You can see it's already on my clipboard now. So you can go to your Google Doc and put this underneath your works cited. Okay. You need to make this a hanging paragraph. The way you make your citation a hanging paragraph, you're going to go to Format, Align and Indent. Keep going. You're going to go to Indentation Options. Click there. You want it to be in a hanging format. This is only for your sources. Change this to 0.5, ½ inch, enter. And now what it is doing is it's leaving the first line normal and then indenting every line after. All right, and that's the appropriate format for MLA citations. Okay. All right, so we've got two more databases to talk about, and they work in a very similar fashion. Okay. If you go to Britannica, okay, go to high school. All right, and you can search your topic. So if you wanted to do, John Winthrop. All right, you can do all kinds of things. You can listen to the article, but the most important part is you want to cite whatever articles you use. Okay, you're going to copy that and paste it into your Google Doc.